guys. I'm so scared about the same thing happening. I brought these gloves with me. Oh, that was a lot smoother this time. Bow is so tall and so long. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Guys, that was so embarrassing. I had to switch the camera off because otherwise it would have looked like I'm filming the farmer's daughter right like in her face, which is extremely rude unless you sort of, you know, you're just going past them or you're having a quick chat. So what happened was the same thing. She turned up on a quad bike and I just thought it's her uncle, and she actually spooked him, but you know what, that would have spooked any horse. And then I'm trying to get back on Bo, and he's doing that thing where that Mexican grackle thing is sort of itching his face and he's rubbing you. Let me check this is on. Yeah. So in front of her I bloody fell to the ground because there's only so much balance. She fell to the bloody ground, and she sat there on the quad bike waiting. She didn't want to go first. I just wanted to die of embarrassment. It's really windy. Don't know if you can hear this. Anyway, she ended up getting off her quad bike. She held him for me. So she works at the vet's. So she's telling me how quiet he is. And I said to her, only when you get off him. I said, once you get on him, he's proper like marching forward and everything. And then I suddenly remembered that she works at the vet, and I just said, you know, for his age and that, and she goes, oh yeah, you know, still ticking over at 25, 24. And I said, I do all the checks to check that he, you know, wants to be ridden, because that was such a bad advertisement. And I was just explaining to her. Oh, that was so embarrassing. And she knows Lara. I said, you know Lara, she just can move in and out of any tiny little space. But she actually asked, interesting question, she goes, is he a thoroughbred? And I said, yeah, but not the kind that most people are used to seeing. He's the steeplechase variety. She goes, yeah, so they're a lot longer legged and a lot longer backed. And I'm like, yes, thank you. So at least she understood that. I said, you know, you can understand it's a bit harder to maneuver him around than Lara. So, yeah, so what the farmer's daughter was saying was, oh, he's really quiet. And I was trying to explain to her, that's when you get off him. Like, he's really reacting to these cows. And I said, yes, when you get off him, he just acts like he can't do a thing in the world for you. But when you ride him, when you meet somebody, you have to get past these cows. It suddenly occurs to you that that person actually knows your horse's full history. She's probably seen the videos that I sent. Gallop and graze, absolutely tragic time in our life. And she would have seen the video, so she would have known that he went down for about 6 hours. She would have known the full story and the rehab issues and everything. It's weird. You're just chatting to someone and you think, gosh, you work at the vets, you probably know all about my horse. Yeah. Well, it's kind of very nice. Think about it, guys. Isn't that nice? Thank you. Right, I'm making sure it's filming this week. The thing about Bo's hacks is very windy. There's so much to see. So much to see, so much to do. Right, because I'm talking, he thinks I'm indicating to slow down. And I'm not. I'm not, Bo. one time I came on a hack here, I parked the trailer and the Land Rover here, parked it there. And where did my friend park? Get in. Right, we're going to stop here and chat about this for a second. Thank you. And I think my friend parked her horse box there, and this pub there, I don't know if you can see it, we went in there for chips and coke. That was like about 8 years ago. Yeah, so I pulled the Land Rover, I pulled the trailer, and I got insured on the Land Rover, and I just parked it up there. Gorgeous day today. It's really warm. I wouldn't say sunny. There's quite a few moody blue clouds up there, but it's an incredibly warm breeze. I'm going to make sure it's filming this time. Yeah. It's a very ugly canter that I'm sitting. Come on. As in, not he's ugly, but I'm riding it ugly. Big fart. He wants to see what's around the corner. Careful. Okay, so he's having a bit of a spook at this. Yes, so they've chucked I don't know if it's fly tipping, but if it's fly tipping, some nasty little shite has chucked a pile of crap there. So Bo's a bit, let me check. Yes, it's actually filming. So Bo's a bit, what's that? Yeah, not nice. Horrible. Where he did the spin last time with the cows, so he's snorting a bit. We'll see if they're there, and we'll check if it's filming. Yep, it is. I can see the cows in the distance, so he's just a bit aware of them, but they're not in the corner like they were last time, but he's very, very, very aware. Yep. He's a bit on high alert. Aware that the cows are on the other side of this hedge. He's very, very aware of that. And it's quite funny because it's making his trot a little bit more pronounced. Can't be a bad thing. Very windy, but warm wind. I've got to move him over for the manhole. Sorry if I sound like a twat, guys. is where he span about 2 weeks back, but he's all right now. Just checking my phone before we turn back. Okay, so it's 11:26. Get back for middle of lunchtime. I keep wanting to do that loop through. Look at him, he is totally, constantly just turning back to those cows. No, not now. Now he's not. Now he's okay. He's like, okay, now he's back on the cows again. Now he's back on the cows again. So cute. Some things never change. Laura, though, she'll go up and challenge a bull. She'll stand right in front of it and just stare it out. But Bo here, so cute. Gonna wait. You know what they are. I don't need to say something again. You better not do a spin. That's gonna cook you. He's decided that this place. Hello. So funny. After talking in a low voice, the man's got a little hose pipe out. Oh my god, so funny. So funny, Bo. He's acting a bit like an idiot because he thinks those cows are there. Right over to the side because he thinks there's bloody cows are there. Bleeding Ekbo, you're so funny. You're like a huge 16-3 baby. Right, shall we just go and check them out? Shall we please check them out? Last week he was shaking like a bloody leaf. It was so hilarious. Yeah? I find it very difficult to do a hack and chat with Bo, and I find it very easy to do one with Laura. The reason is because I find with Bo it's so difficult to focus on anything except him because of his age. No other reason. So the constant checking on your veteran horse. However, I'm going to try and give it a go. Right, so I want you to just quickly talk about the cat community. Try not to focus on both. The cat community. So it's recently come to my attention that, like, unlike other animal communities, so you've got horses, the horse world, the dog world, and then the cat world. Now, unlike these other communities, which will readily admit if their animal is overweight, I've just discovered this is actually a taboo subject in the cat world. So in the horse world, nobody really needs to tell the owner, oh, your horse is overweight, they tend to just say it themselves. It's never really an elephant in the room. It's pretty much the same with dogs. I think in general the owner will say it themselves. But I've recently discovered that woe betide if you say that about a cat. Not even somebody else's, but your own. It's a taboo subject, and there's an epidemic of overweight cats in the UK with the rise of indoor cats and all that kind of thing. So that's come as a right shock to me, guys. That's me hacking and chatting on a subject other than Bo. I think he probably prefers it. It's like, stop talking about me. Okay, yes. And because of that, I find it quite irritating, because I don't know, I just do. And I think because in my family we've had them for like 70 odd years, so who is somebody that's had cats for like 20 to come along and say that's a taboo subject? I don't know, I just find it weird. And the best gauge of it is veterinary practices. So they've completely normalised. I don't think it's normal for a horse to be fat and the owner to think it's normal. I don't think it's normal for a dog to be like, we're talking obese, and for the owner to think it's normal. I think it's normal for a cat to be fat, and the owner just thinks it's normal. So it's become completely normalised there. That's it, rant over. It's not actually a rant, it's just a really weird observation that I've made. So, just topics away from the horses. So something a bit scary happened last night with my aquarium. So we've got an air stone, I've got an air stone, and somebody in my family cut the pipe so there's two aquariums, and we were using the pump to do shared ownership of two different air stones on two different aquariums, and nobody asked me, they just cut the pipe. And what happened was, I was really tired and I fell asleep, and my leg just swung across, and it must have pulled the pipe out of the connector that a member of my family had put, and basically the water began draining out of the aquarium. You can imagine how frightening that was. And so, okay, this is going to sound really weird, but I've been watching lots of vlogs about people saying that the fish are trying to tell them something, and I just smiled. I genuinely think it happened last night, guys. So there's a section of the aquarium, and all my tropical fish, I've got 6, they dig it up, and it's sandy, and they all dig it up, and that's on the other side of the tank. They never ever come to the side on the other side, which is directly in front of me. And all of a sudden they were racing up to the section that is in front of my face. And I just thought, why are the fish on the side near me? They're normally on the other side digging up the sand. And I suddenly looked, and the water was draining out, and I panicked. I bloody panicked. Anyway, it all got sorted, but that was really scary, because I was planning to turn the lights out and go to sleep. And sorry guys, this makes me really sad. I would have woken up in the morning and the whole aquarium was empty, and my beautiful fish, which are actually thriving, they're like really thriving, they would have all been dead. They would have all been dead. There, I think Bo actually likes it if I talk about something other than him. Yeah, they'd have all been dead, and that shocked me so much. Anyway, I got it all sorted, and I said, right, I don't want that pipe that's been cut. Hello, hi. I don't want that pipe that's been cut attached to my aquarium anymore, so there's a new one being put on. Sorry guys, that scared the heck out of me. I didn't know that something could happen, that you're just lying on your bed and the next minute your aquarium with your beautiful fish there, water's draining out, and the fish are panicking. Okay, chat, right, that's that topic over, because otherwise it's not a proper hack and chat. I'm just talking about other things. So I'm going to admit something, and it's, oh my god, Oh my god. And it's really hard for me to admit because I'm not used to things dying in my care. Like everything I care for lives till like an old age, like everything. Unless it's like a tragic accident with a cat once as a child. You know, car accident, sorry. Other than that, so it's hard for me to admit. Some people are just going to hear this and laugh their heads off. But to me, it's a big thing. Because I didn't realise that in the aquarium world, like, fish care has become so big. So I've always had fish when I was young, but not tropical. Anyway, so in my defence, I'm going to say something. A member of my family bought a mini nano tank, a miniature tank, and the first thing I said was that built-in filter was a load of crap. I said it. I didn't even want a built-in filter. I don't like things that come built-in. I like to add my own. And that was the first thing I said in my defence. What a load of crap that filter is. It was like a trickle from a tap. Check, this is filming. Yeah. So I went and got these. So this is separate from my tropical tank. I went and got these things called Otto Sinkless. They are algae eaters and they eat algae. That's the biggest mistake. So there was an outbreak of algae like everywhere, and I went and got them. And first mistake I made is don't get fish just like to eat the algae, because you've still got to look after them. So basically, all the vlogs have said you should choose your fish. You should be allowed to choose them. And the guy in the shop, so I wanted a big one. And anyway, that's not the main issue. I got to choose one of them, but one died. Okay, this is the part that's hard to admit. One died within an hour and the other the next day. And that doesn't happen with me. And okay, the fish were like the size of your mini thumb, your mini nail, your small fingernail. But that's not the point, and that upset me so much. And it turned out that there was no oxygen in that tank because the algae, and nobody tells you this, but I quickly did all the research, the algae usurped all the oxygen. And had the filter been stronger, there would have been oxygen, because the immediate action you take is a 30% or 40% water change for any toxins in the water, and you must add this irritation. You must add something to the tank that gives lots and lots of irritation, so the equivalent of a flowing stream, because that then brings tons and tons of oxygen to the tank, and that's called a water stone. So I immediately did it, and I rushed out to Pets at Home, and I got a proper filter, separate one, and I asked a member of my family to rip out that old filter, it's crap. And then I got a pump for the water stone. And while I was chatting to the guy, so in Pets at Home, they're very approachable, because what they do at Pets at Home is when they're working in a specific section of the pet shop, they choose people, they hire people that are specifically hobbyists. Sorry, Bo won't stick to the left, I've got to push him over. So they choose hobbyists. So it's not a specialist aquatic shop, but they really do like know their stuff because they're into the hobby themselves. And the guy that was an aquarium hobbyist, he said to me, oh, go to this place, and he mentioned the name, and I straight away said no, I don't want to go there, they're horrible. And then he explained to me, yes, you get a lot of that. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is that it came as a shock to me that something could, like, you know, die in my care like that, and it meant I had to remedy the situation straight away. Anyway, so the third one completely survived because of all the sudden changes that I made, and it's got plenty of oxygen now, guys. And what I'm going to do now is they can die from loneliness if they don't have others of their species, so I'm going to go and get a few more now, and I'm going to introduce them to the tank properly, and they're going to be going to a fully oxygenated tank that's thriving there. That's another part of my hack and chat. Bo, can you move over to the left? Bo definitely prefers the grass. Big fella. Put these gloves back on to open that dreaded gate. Blood was gushing out last week. Well, yep, going up a steep hill in a second. Quite stony. This bit's really good for his back end. Pretty steep now. Careful, silly boy. And there's cows. Oh, and a person. Hello, hi, Terry. That's right. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you, sir. Big lad. You're a big word. He moved forward to rub his face. Come on. We need to let cows back in your life. Why? Why? You never wanted them in your life to start with. You're so funny, Bo. You're so cute. Oh, Karen. Good boy. That's their farm. That's the farmer's daughter's dad. He's a nice guy. They're kind with me. Me, Bo and Laura. All three of us. They know us. Alright. Steep hill, very rocky. Just so that you know. I think we might have to turn back. I think there's something coming. I'll see if we have to turn back. Well, Bo can normally be penned into things. It's Laura that can't be penned in. I think he's going to wait back there to see what happens with this vehicle. I'm pretty certain it's going to the left. No, you have to wait. Oh, what's he munching on? What are you munching on? Yeah, it's going to the left. I can just go right through this. Thank you. Nice to have a horse that doesn't mind being penned in, and it's not an age thing. He never minded. He never minded. Good boy. Bo never minded, did you? Checking it's all filming this week. Gorgeous sunshine. Gorgeous sunshine. Super warm. When I talk, he thinks I'm asking him to stop. It's so funny. Oh, careful. Going downhill. But that's good for him. He's decided to stop by himself. Probably would have helped if I wasn't talking. I'm going to make him go off. Get really going to make him and Bo always rubs his face from the day I got him, and he's just not doing it right now.
I'm enjoying hacking my old gentleman out, but to be quite honest, he does not make me think of an old man whatsoever. You know how you get those men like in their 60s and 70s and they're driving around on motorbikes and they are just super cool, and you can just imagine when they were young they must have been like Brad Pitt. Bo is the horse version of that.